Your name may be silently holding you back in life. Because just like words, names have definition, and definitions help create order. However, names are not only definitions. Names are affirmations that help shape reality and help define destiny. I say help because a name isn't an end-all be-all. However, it could be a key ingredient that's hindering your recipe for growth. Because names are spiritual, spiritual, right? Yeah, let me break this thing down real quick. Barua. So spiritual is comprised of two parts. You got the Latin root spir, which means breath, breathing, air, soul, or life. And you also have the word ritual. It implies a structured, repetitive, or symbolic action. And so because your name, my name, our names are performed in a command of the breath in a repeated, intentional manner, it becomes spiritual. So whenever someone calls out your name, more importantly, the names you answer to, you are helping to reaffirm the definition of the very name in which you are called by. Let me break this thing down a little bit more because, I can show you back. If your name pop up in this video, I swear I'm not picking on you. But the name Mallory, look at the definition. Unfortunate, ill-fated, unlucky. So think about it. Whenever someone calls out the name Mallory, they saying, hey, yo, they're my homeboy Unlucky. Or whenever you introduce yourself, you saying, hi, my name is Unfortunate. What's yours? And don't you dare try to escape it by having a nickname as Mal, because that means bad, evil, wrongful. And look at everything that's associated with malfunction, malice, malnutrition, malicious. Bro, you can't, I'm just saying. Moving on, the name Malcolm, dog, the definition means servant of Saint Columba. Fam, if you black and for one, why would you want to be a servant? And why would you want to be a servant to a piece of land or something that don't serve you? This make me think of Malcolm X. He was a servant to the community of, black people. And it's just like, you a servant to Saint Columba first, bro. I'm just being real. You have to be in alignment with things. That's all I'm saying. Next in line, Emily, you gonna get it today. Sorry, baby girl. Emily, rival or envious. So there's a flip side to it. If your name is Emily and people go around calling you M and you answer to it, that actually means whole and universal. So instead of being envious, you are looked at as secure within self. No, I gotta be fair. If we're gonna talk about the name Malcolm, let's talk about the name Martin. If you know what I'm talking about. Derived from Mars, the Roman god of war and fertility. Warlike, dedicated to Mars. Dedicated to Mars? Listen, man, you tell me, if you Christian and your first name or last name Martin, and you dedicated to Christ, but your name, it mean dedicated to Mars, you tell me. However, if you do identify with the vibrational phonetics of the name Martin, warlike, you're a warrior, strength, bravery, then more power to you. The name Brennan means sorrow, tearful one. However, a possible nickname of Bren could mean prince or noble. Even mentioned in scripture, with a name like Nabal, meaning fool, senseless, or worthless. He was a wealthy but harsh man whose name perfectly described his behavior. How about the name Anthony or Tony? A priceless one, highly praiseworthy, flourishing. On the flip side of Anthony, you got a possible nickname of Tone, but that's a feminine name meaning thunder. So if you a dude, it's just, you're just adding sauce to you that you don't want to your recipe. Like, what the f? And another name, this in scripture, ordained by God, Lo Ruhama, means no pity, not loved, she has not received mercy. There was a symbolic name given to the prophet Hosea's for his daughter. Later, it was changed to drop the low in having it to mean being deeply loved and having pity. But that's just how intentional names are and how you gotta be with them. And when it comes to even getting married and taking on a new surname can be beneficial or detrimental. You gotta see.